What if I told you that one of the proudest teams in NFL history has hit rock bottom, and nobody seems to know how to fix it? The Raiders, a name once feared across the league, are now drowning in disappointment. Tonight, we're diving deep into the chaos, the heartbreak, and the hard truth every Raiders fan needs to hear. Stay with me, because what's coming next will shock you. Overreaction Friday is here, and honestly, it's not a good one. The Raiders have fallen once again, this time to the Denver Broncos, 10-7. Another painful, frustrating loss that leaves fans shaking their heads. From the second quarter onward, it was a disaster. And the sad part? You could see it coming. Every week, it's the same story: strong start, flat finish. It's like watching the same painful movie on repeat. As a fan, it's exhausting. As someone who loves this team, it's heartbreaking. I'll admit it, I'm frustrated. I'm hurt. I'm tired of seeing a team with so much potential crumble in the final minutes. We were promised a change, a rebuild, a new era. But this? This isn't what we were promised. And yet, I'm still here. Talking to you, feeling what you feel, because Raiders Nation deserves honesty. You deserve someone who says what everyone's thinking out loud. Before we dive deeper into the latest headlines and reactions, direct hit before listening to the latest news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's move on to the new news. Now, let's talk about how we got here. 2 wins. 7 losses. The same record that's haunted us in 3 of the last 4 years. It's unbelievable for a team that once defined toughness and pride. How did we fall this far? Is it leadership? Coaching? Or just the lack of fight on the field? I don't have all the answers, but I know one thing: this fanbase deserves better. I've covered this team for years, and I've never seen it this broken. The frustration, the confusion, the disbelief, it's real. It's raw. And it's time we faced it head-on. So stay with me, because this isn't just another rant, it's a reality check every Raiders fan needs to hear. That I'm going to be real with you: enough is enough. This team is falling apart from the inside, and everyone can see it. Let's start with the painful truth: Jackson Powers Johnson went down with what looked like a high ankle sprain, and from that moment on, the offensive line completely collapsed. It was like watching a house of cards fall in slow motion. The moment he left the field, the protection disappeared, and chaos took over. And if Coach Pete Carroll needed proof of just how important Jackson is to this team, he got it tonight, loud and clear. Without him, the offense couldn't even stand on its own 2 feet. But this goes beyond offense or defense. The real issue that's been eating away at this team is special teams, the one area that's supposed to be about discipline, precision, and coaching. Instead, it's become a running joke. Flags on almost every kick or punt return. Missed tackles left and right. And what's worse? We're actually on pace to set an NFL record for the most missed tackles on special teams in a single season. Think about that for a second. That's not bad luck, that's bad coaching. Tom McMahon has been given more chances than most coaches could ever dream of. Fired 6 times already, and if performance means anything, this should be the 7th. Because what we're watching isn't just sloppy, it's embarrassing. Even reliable players like Daniel Carlson look lost out there. The same guy who used to be automatic now looks like a shadow of himself. A.J. Cole had a solid night, but across the season, even he's trending downward. This isn't just about one bad game. It's about a pattern, a complete breakdown in execution, leadership, and accountability. You can't win football games when every side of the ball looks confused. If the staff really plans to keep things the way they are, then at least one person needs to take responsibility. Someone has to be held accountable, or this spiral will never stop. Stay with me, because what's coming next is even harder to swallow. I've said it before, and I'll say it again: you can't sell me on Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, or Patrick Graham anymore. Fans aren't buying it. Not after watching this disaster unfold week after week. If there's anyone who needs to go first, it's Tom McMahon. The man has turned our special teams into a highlight reel of mistakes. And here's the truth, if the Raiders don't make a change, I wouldn't blame a single fan for keeping their wallets shut. Don't spend your hard-earned money to watch a team that refuses to hold people accountable. Why should you? This is supposed to be the Raiders, not a weekly comedy show about penalties and missed tackles. I've seen the debates online, everyone's asking the same question, who's the worst coach right now? Chip Kelly or Tom McMahon? It's almost unbelievable that this is even a question. Chip Kelly, for all his flaws, wasn't the biggest problem tonight. In fact, I'll give him this, his first half play calling was actually sharp. But Tom McMahon? He's turned special teams into a guaranteed disaster zone. Every single game, you can expect it, 5, 6, sometimes 7 penalties just from special teams. Kick returns wiped out by flags. Punt returns that should have been game changers, gone. It's not bad luck, it's bad structure, bad preparation, bad coaching. And Daniel Carlson, what's going on with him? The guy used to be one of the most reliable kickers in the league, automatic under pressure. Now, he's missing the kind of kicks that used to define his career. Something's off. And if the coaching staff can't fix it, they at least need to acknowledge it. The Raiders' issues run deep, and the fans can see it clearer than ever. It's not just about a losing record, it's about a team that's lost its discipline, its identity, and maybe even its pride. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the clearer it becomes. This mess didn't just happen overnight. Let's be honest, Daniel Carlson used to be one of the most reliable names in football. When he lined up for a kick, you could almost write the points on the board before the ball even left his foot. But lately, that confidence is gone. The rhythm is gone. The results are gone. And here's where it gets uncomfortable, when a player stops performing and there's no accountability, the whole team suffers. I'm not saying cutting Carlson is easy, it's not. But if you're 2-7, it's time to face hard truths. You can't keep pretending everything's fine when it clearly isn't. At this point, you either push him to compete for his spot or you move on. Because what we saw last week against Jacksonville was unacceptable. Missed opportunities. Lost momentum. And tonight? The same story again. A 48-yard kick, missed. Yes, the wind was wild, but great players rise in those moments. Contract year or not, that kick has to go in. And if you ask the fans right now, how many actually want to see Carlson back next season? How many believe he's still the answer? If you're being honest, not many hands would go up. The Raiders need more than names, they need results, hunger, and accountability. Rolling into Monday Night Football with the same mistakes, the same coaches, and the same mindset sends a message that the team just doesn't care. And that's something this fan base will never accept. Because this is supposed to be the silver and black, a symbol of pride, grit, and legacy. But when your coaches can't read their own players, when your kicker can't deliver in big moments, it feels like nobody really knows this team anymore. It hurts to say it, but right now, it's true, the people running this team don't seem to understand it. And until that changes, we'll keep reliving this same nightmare every Sunday. Stay with me, because we're not done yet. The truth gets even deeper from here. You know what really gets me? The small things. The little decisions that keep stacking up, turning what could be a good team into a broken one. All season long, fans have been begging the staff to put Jackson Powers Johnson where he belongs, at center. Everyone can see it except the people making the calls. There was even a time when the coaches treated it like a real competition between JPJ and Alex Kappa at right guard. Let's be honest, there was never a competition. Anyone who watches football, even people who don't care about the Raiders, could tell you that JPJ is on another level. That's what's so frustrating. It's not just bad luck, it's bad judgment. It's this strange disconnect between the coaching staff and the players who are actually giving everything on the field. And look, I'm not saying this team is loaded with talent. We've got holes. We've got depth issues. But there are still players out there fighting, still showing pride. The defense tonight? They showed up. They played hard, they played smart, and they kept this team in the game. They deserve credit for that. But then you look at the offense, How in the world does your highest-paid offensive coordinator not know how to use his weapons? How does a brand-new quarterback get thrown into the fire with no rhythm, no plan? And how does Brock Bowers, one of your brightest young stars, only get 3 targets? 3. That's not strategy, that's neglect. So when fans say they're losing faith in Pete Carroll's system, I can't argue with them. How can you believe in a regime that keeps making the same mistakes, week after week? I'm just like you, angry, tired, and still holding on to hope that something changes. I've seen this team in Oakland, I've seen it in Vegas, and through it all, one thing's clear, the fans have never quit. We love this team too much to stop caring. And that's why I'm still here, because no matter how bad it gets, I still believe the Raiders can rise again. But the people leading this team, they've got to start earning that belief back.